Okay, let's talk about bisque stamps. The nice thing about a bisque stamp is that you don't have to hand carve every detail. Instead, you press in your stamp to make a motif or a pattern. Here is an example of what it might look like on a finished piece that has been glaze fired. Alright, for this specific project, we're going to be working with 2 pieces of clay and creating 2 stamps that have 4 designs. We'll have a design on the top and a design on the bottom of each piece of clay. That way we end up with 4 designs even though it's just 2 separate stamps. To begin, we're going to take a piece of clay and try and form sort of a small coil form. I'm rolling it in between my hands, shaping it into that log shape before I start rolling out, using my whole hand from the top of my fingers all the way down to my forearms. When it starts to get the flop flop, we stop and we twist opposite ends or squish it back into the cylinder shape. If the ends become uneven or too small, you can simply slice it off and then tap the surface so it becomes a little bit wider and gives you room to carve into it. Here I'm trying to smooth out the edges. Now remember, the side walls or edges, these aren't going to affect our impression of the stamp. So this isn't necessarily the most important, but it does help you have something that is well crafted. We also want to stay aware of the thickness of our stamp. If it is too thick, it won't dry out and it will explode in the bisque fire. So check it with your finger. It can be thicker than your finger, but not much. Comparing it to the stamp on the left, this stamp had a really small surface area to carve into. This makes it difficult for small lines and details. So the stamp I'm working on now, I'm trying to create a wider surface for those small details and lines that I'm going to create. Alright, it's important to consider the outside shape your stamp is going to create. If you want it to be a square, simply tap all 4 edges, and then it will change from a circle into a square. Keep in mind the thickness of your stamp. We don't want it to be too big. Alright, I'm going to show you what it looks like when you're carving into leather hard clay. Remember, leather hard clay is similar to a block of cheese. You should be able to cut into it and not be left with a lot of goobers. They should kind of just brush away and leave you with nice solid lines. Here is a piece of clay that is still very plastic and moist. As I'm carving into it, I'm left with a bunch of goobers, those little balls of clay that kind of fill in our line and make it so our edges aren't nice and clean. We want to avoid that, and so if you're carving and it's just too soft, go ahead and wait. Right here, once again, it is leather hard clay, and that just makes the carving process a lot more effective, a lot more efficient, because you're not constantly picking out goobers. Instead, you're able to just brush them off easily. Alright, once again, we're looking for those little goobers of clay, those little balls that are getting stuck into our lines. They're going to kind of cause us some trouble when we're trying to use our stamp and press it into clay. We want all of our lines to be thick, wide, so that they show up once we're using this as a stamp. I see a lot of students try and carve with the needle tool. The problem with the needle tool is it is too fine and too sharp. Your lines will not show up in your design because they're not wide enough. And when you try and wipe away these goobers, it's just going to be pushed back into the clay. For this particular assignment, I asked that you create one stamp that is standing out. So, just like the stamp I showed you before, I'm going to try a few different tools. This is the ribbon tool. I'm just carving out the lines that I've drawn. This is a loop tool, and this is a dentist tool with one of those blades. It's really up to you, but you should experiment using different tools to see what works for you. Here I am cleaning it up with the sponge, and then I'm noticing that my design is way too complex, so I'm going to simplify with just 3 of those leaf lines, using a pencil to carve, because it creates nice, thick, wide lines that will show up when we try and press this into clay. Okay, so here are 2 designs for one stamp. Remember, we're creating 2 stamps. total of 4 designs. And that is how you create a bisque stamp.